Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are going to continue discussing NTA UGC NET December 2022 Sociology paper, and this will be the fourth part of it. All those who have not watched the previous parts, please go and watch those. So we'll begin with question number 35, and it is necessary for you people to watch the previous parts because there are some new questions and some repeated previous year questions which you'll need to look into if you are targeting NTA UGC NET or any other competitive examination or entrance examination on sociology. Okay, so let's continue with number 35. So number 35 shows you two lists and you have to match these two lists. One shows the model of urban ecology, whereas the other shows proponents of the model. So basically, who gave the model and the model name you have to match. Concentric zone model, sector model, multiple nuclei model, ecological analysis. Three of them are very common, at least the first three. The answer to this is option number 4. So let's match it like this. A will be 4, that is concentric zone model is of course by Burgess. Then we have the sector model which is by Homer Hyatt. Then multiple nuclei model, and you should remember that multiple nuclei model is very famous one which is by Harrison Ullman. And lastly, which is D, that is ecological analysis, is given by Amos Hawley. Number 36. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other is labeled as reasoning. Assertion says sociologists must separate the empirical work from the conceptual universe that they construct. The reason given is because in Max Weber's view, history is composed of unique empirical events. There can be no generalizations at the empirical level. So basically, you have to see whether these two are related and if R is the correct explanation of A, or if R is correct or not correct. Now the answer is number 1, which is both A and R are correct, and R is of course the correct explanation of A. Now what it is saying is sociologists must separate empirical work from the conceptual universe that they construct. So the empirical work should be separated. Whatever empirical work or the data collection is happening is talking about that. Okay. And next, it's saying is because Weber's view, as per Weber's view, or as per what Max Weber said, is history is composed of unique empirical events. So there can be no generalizations at empirical level. Okay. 37. This is a question on women in development. So it's asking that which of the following facts pertaining to conceptual shifts in women in development discourse are correct. Women in development considers women as a homogeneous group, does not consider women as a uniform group, projects the myth that women's development can be achieved by addressing economic issues alone, and women are treated as beneficiaries of development, not as active agents of development. E. Decade for Women 1975 to 85 signified a new visibility of women in development in international forums. The answer to this is A, C, D, and E only, not B. Okay. 38. Given below are two statements. You have to say whether it's correct or not. Disableism is this term used to describe an ideology that systematically marginalizes and isolates persons with disabilities through a range of social barriers, material, cultural, and psychological. 2 says social and cultural barriers are not the root cause for oppression faced by persons with disabilities in the society. Now, of course, the statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is definitely incorrect here. It's quite easy, and why it is easy I'm telling you, because statement 2, which is social and cultural barriers are not the root cause, is wrong, because there are social and cultural barriers due to which oppression is being faced by persons with disabilities. Okay, and statement 1 is of course correct. Next, again, in question 39 we have a list and we are matching it with the second list: concepts and theorists. Answer is number 2. Let's match it. Delinquency area is by Clifford Shaw. B is 1, which means subcultural theory is by Cohen. We know. C is 4. That is differential opportunity theory is by Cloward and Olin. And labeling theory is of course by Howard Becker. This is very famous. Okay. Next, again, number 40 says there are two lists: rules of marriage and the marriage type, exogamy, endogamy, hypogamy, and you have to match it with the second list. And this is probably the easiest question. We know that exogamy is when somebody is marrying a person outside the own group. So A will be 4, Endogamy is when you are marrying within your own group. So B will be 3. C is hypergamy. Okay. And the last one, that is D, is hypogamy. Okay. I have discussed the meaning of hypogamy in the previous videos. So make sure you watch those videos in order to understand the detailed meaning of these terms. Number 41. After laws, codes which are very flexible, specific incidents of violation of law, specific penalty attached by society to the violation of the code, those specific rewards attached to conformity. So you have to choose two of the options which are closest, and the answer is D and E only. 42. Parsonian view is based on which of the following set of assumptions? It's talking about the social system. And here all the options are correct. A, B, C, D and E. Question number 43 says, the universe of units from which a sample is to be collected or selected is called population, survey, reliability, validity. Of course, applying your basic research methodology portions, you can say that reliability and validity will not be the answer, and the population will be the universe of units from which a sample is to be selected. So number 1 is the correct answer. 44 says, assertion. The term diaspora denotes the dispersion of people throughout the world, and the reason mentioned is Indian diaspora is known for its cuisine, cricket and cinema. Now, of course, these two are not related even if these two are individually correct. Okay, so the answer to this will be option number 2, because these two are correct but it's not related. Next, 45. Which of the following practice prevents sex relations between parent and child or between brother and sister? Rules of commensality, rules of succession, incest type. Rules of commensality is not the answer because it means eating norms or rules of eating with people or eating together. Number 2 will also not be the answer, and the answer will be incest taboo, which is number 3. 46. Who among the following was influenced by Foucault's ideas on body, self, society and power? Now, looking at the options given below, Jeremy Bentham was from where Foucault was influenced. So this will not be the answer. Ferdinand de Saussure is one whom we read about, or about whom we read in the field of semiology, linguistics. And Theodore Adorno will not be the answer. So the answer is Brian S. Stern. So here we end, and thank you learners. We'll meet in the next video.